Assalamu alaikum and welcome everyone. I'm here today representing Humanity First UK and I am joined here with the programme managers. My name's Qadiani Ahmadi and I am the programme manager for orphan care, and I'll come back and tell you what I do in a moment after I've introduced Athiya. And Athiya, so tell me a little bit about yourself and what your programme's about and what you do.
Okay, well, I'm the Programme Manager for Knowledge for Life, and professionally I'm a lecturer, so that helps me moving forward in this department. So I'm the Programme Manager for Knowledge for Life.
So tell me a little bit about your programme.
And what it does.
And what you do, yeah.
So the Knowledge for Life, education has the power to transform somebody's life. And in African countries, young children, youth do not have access to education. So they have approximately 50% low literacy rates. So the idea is to build schools, build training colleges, offer vocational courses and academic courses so that they can access education. The other projects that we offer is transforming classrooms. So there are classrooms that need transformations, and just to lift them and make them look better and inviting. So the learning environment really enhances their education. Also, what we're looking at now is to twin with some schools from the UK and twin them with schools in Africa. So in a nutshell, that's basically what Knowledge for Life is offering at the moment.
Sounds good, thank you. I'm going to move over now to Aisha Malik, and if you want to tell me a bit about yourself and the programme that you look after.
Yeah, so I'm the Programme Manager for Gift of Sight, and professionally I'm a paediatric ophthalmologist, and I'm also an academic working in global health. Yeah, I enjoy working for Gift of Sight because it is what I do professionally as well. And for us, the work that we do is very much about improving the vision for children and for adults. 90%, so 9 out of 10 people in the world who are visually impaired live in low and middle income countries. And that is mainly because of a lack of access to adequate healthcare services. So what we do in the Gift of Sight is that we're trying to address this imbalance. In fact, 80% of visual impairment is either preventable or curable. So there's a huge amount that can be done, and there's a huge potential there to make a big difference in people's lives. And the thing about visual impairment is that it doesn't just affect that person, it affects their family and community. And if you think about children, it's not just impacting them for now, it's impacting their education. So it works with they can't learn as well, it impacts then what they go on to do in the future, their employment prospects. So all the effects of poverty and all those other issues are exacerbated. And then the same thing happens in those adults that are of working age. If they can't see, they affect their employment prospects, and that the whole family suffers. And then we go on to older people, and again, with older people, any type of blindness leads to a burden for their families and communities. So even having some impact on improving vision for those children and adults makes a huge difference both to their own lives and to the lives of their families and their communities.
Okay, thank you. So why is it important for you to volunteer for this charity?
Yeah, I mean, I touched a bit on my background. So for me, I know this impact. I've seen it in the work that I've always done. I've spent the last 20 years working in different low and middle income countries. So I see firsthand both the problem and also the solutions. And what really inspires me is that in this field, we know the solutions, and often they are simple and straightforward. Some of them don't cost much money as well. So I just feel it's really imperative on us when we are living in this country, we know what can be done, that we transfer those skills to those in low and middle income countries as well. Yeah. So as I said, you go back to the statistic, which is huge, that 9 out of 10 of people with visual impairment are in low and middle income countries. So I love my work here. I work for the NHS, but I also feel it's really important for me to be able to give back and work in those countries with those people as well.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to go over to Sabiha so she can tell us about, tell us about yourself, tell us about your program.
Okay, so my name's Sabiha Iqbal. I'm looking after food security at the moment. In terms of the other things that I do in life, I'm also a Muslim chaplain in higher education at the University of Roehampton. And to tell you a little bit more about my project with food security, so there's a lot of people, over 1 billion people in the world who suffer from malnutrition, and they don't have a stable income or perhaps a stable source of food, and so there's insecurity for them, and so the Humanity First programme really looks at trying to support these communities and trying to get them out of poverty. So there's various projects that we've got, including helping them to improve their farming methods, and also to look at how they can move from subsistence farming to commercial farming, so that they can increase the amount of crop that they create and actually have a higher value product. And that can be a real struggle because the effects on farming can be natural disasters and man-made disasters. And so we have a real challenge on our hands to be able to get some of these communities, these countries out of poverty, and to get them to in a state where they are able to support themselves. So that's what food security is looking at the moment.
Thank you. So how will, if I come back to you, so some of the money that we raise, how would that help your programme?
So for Knowledge for Life, it will build more schools, it will build more colleges, it will provide them with basic equipment. We're now looking to perhaps get them computers set up, so we do have an IT centre already, provide them with textbooks. One of the key things is to have more qualified teachers out there. They have very few teachers. A teacher may have up to 50 students, 50 pupils in a class. So I just about manage with 20 and they have 50, so it's difficult for them. So it's to get more qualified teachers out there, and just generally improve conditions within the classroom, make the classrooms more attractive. And then if we twin with the school here, then we can raise funds through the schools, and we can introduce fundraising days so that that money can be then given to the countries over there, and they can share what they're doing in Africa to show our students here what what they do. It's important for us to see what their education system is like and what little they have and how much we actually do have here in the UK. So that's hopefully...
And it helps the children as well to realise
that we do have a lot here, and not to take things for granted, because so many of the children we do take a lot for granted here. It's only when you realise what other people don't have that you think it's, we're doing okay here.
Thank you. So we're going to go for a short break now, and we're going to let you know how to donate today. Thank you.
In 1 minute. Click Donate Now in the top right-hand corner. You can choose to donate one-off or monthly. You can enter an amount, you can select an item, or do both. If you've donated before, you can sign in to fill in your details automatically. Select Gift Aid to give an extra 25% at no cost to you. Enter your name, email, and address. Check you've selected the items. If you're happy to hear from us, check the box and click Submit Donation. Enter a password if you want your details saved for later, and click Donate. That's it. Why not try it yourself? Donate now at changealife.org.uk.
So next one, I want to talk about Africa.
You want me to ask you? Yeah?
Hello, so welcome back. So I want to just tell you a little bit about orphan care as well. So I'm the program manager for orphan care, and I'm looking after 8 countries in Africa. So we have thousands and thousands of orphans that are affected by disease, made orphans by disasters, and we currently are actually looking after 15 orphans in Guinea-Bissau. So that was my latest project, and I've received the progress of some of those orphans, how we took them on, who had come from various different backgrounds where they've really come from poverty, where parents didn't have the finances to look after them, or they passed away from disease, or come, as I said, from disasters, natural disasters, where they've been left with no home or with parents. And some of them, where we've taken them into care, we've been able to help them with shelter, providing them with education, with all of their needs, with food, shelter, their clothing, and all of their medical needs as well. And they've been doing really, really well. So I had a couple of stories where I had a young boy we'd taken in at 5, and he had a lot of medical issues and was constantly in the hospital. And we've had him for a few years now, and he's made really, really good progress. Doesn't need to go to the hospital anymore. His health is much, much better, and is progressing now in grade 7 and doing really, really well in school. So the money that you're raising today typically will be helping children like that as well. And it only costs £50 a month, can you believe it, that will provide all of a child's needs. So their home, clothing, their educational needs, all of their medical needs is literally covered by £50 a month.
Which is nothing. £50 is an evening out, is a dinner out, right? So 50.
Yes. Absolutely. So I'm just going to come over to you, Sabiha, because I know you've travelled in Africa doing some of your classroom transformation projects and really faced some of the poverty and seen it firsthand. So tell me about some of your experience in your travels.
Okay, so I've travelled to East Africa and to West Africa as well, specifically working in Uganda, Sierra Leone and Ghana. And my experience in all of those countries has been very eye-opening. There's a certain impression that we have here in the UK of what life is like out in other countries generally, but certainly in Africa. And to an extent, there is definitely truth there in terms of the difficulties and the struggles and the challenges. In particular, in terms of the education systems, what really surprised me was this real desire to want to learn and to stay in education and to gain knowledge. And that kind of took me by surprise, because here in the UK, I think we take schooling for granted to a certain extent, at least where we don't have to pay fees, and the options are there laid out for us, to choose from. And what I found in Africa is that young children want to go to school, don't have as many options, but really are passionate about what they want to become, really are determined. And so actually, when I went out there, initially I went to do some research to find out more about what the specific needs are, but very quickly realised that schools are a centre point for communities, and it's really important that they are at a standard where children are not only there to receive education but are having an enjoyable time, and it's all round a good experience for their health. And there was definitely challenges there in terms of not having perhaps lunch provided or food provided to them whilst they're at school for the whole day. In some classrooms that we went to visit, some schools and some classrooms that we went to visit, there wasn't any electricity. So things that we always take for granted here in our schooling system didn't necessarily exist out there. And so what we worked on was to improve the school, improve the classroom, the project that we set up, the Global Classroom Transformation Project, really looked at painting the classroom and bringing in resources from other countries to African countries, and just kind of inspiring children to stay and remain in education, realising that there's a real link between that and getting people out of poverty.
Thank you so much. I want to come back to you in a moment. Aisha, I really want to talk to you because I know you've been to Ghana as well. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your experience over there and what you were doing.
Yeah. So I just was in Ghana just a few months ago in the summer, during July and August, and yeah, it was an incredible experience. And actually, a lot of what Sabia says is true. You go to places with a certain expectation, but actually, the reality when you see it for yourself is often quite different. But one of the most positive things is that there is a real enthusiasm and a desire to make their situation better. So the program that was focused on in Ghana, it was our school vision screening project. So with Gift of Sight, what we've done is we've focused on 2 specific programs which cover all the main causes of avoidable blindness. One is the vision screening program in children, which is done in schools, and the other is the cataract camps. So with those, that is almost 80% of the causes of avoidable blindness. So when we were out in Ghana, we were setting this up for the first time, so it was the first experience. We went and did a pilot in one of the schools. We worked with the headmistress there, the teachers. We had volunteers we were training, and it was enormous fun working with the children. It's always great fun working in schools, and I love working with children anyway. Yeah.
I'm going to wrap it. That was really nice to hear and everything. So we're going to go to a break now and let you know how you can donate. Thank you.
Some funds were raised entirely for the sake of helping the suffering humanity. I decided to spend that money on the poor people, and that is exactly what we're doing. Not only in one country, but in Ghana, in Nigeria, where the people are suffering. Moreover, we had means of helping people with human sacrifice, which, coupled with the meager financial resources, makes a sizable contribution. But without that human sacrifice, that small contribution financially would not mean anything. Now, our experience tells us that if we spend money ourselves for a good cause, the result is 10 times more satisfactory.
And what is your vision for the site here in comparison to what you've done in the past?
The site itself is good. It is close to a national highway. The issue could be of an exit to the highway itself, but I believe that can be resolved. And the general area around is, of course, not is the right kind of people we would like to help. It's the middle class people living around, and it is at the edge of the city, no doubt, of Abidjan. But at the same time, we have the potential of bringing the patients as far as 30 or 40 minutes away.
The project, we started fundraising in earnest, as many of you may remember, in 2017. And if you can, participate in the blessings, because we have seen also the success of the project of Humanity First, from very humble upbringings at the time in the last 25 years. But by the grace of Allah, the institution now that we are at and we are aiming to become, to serve humanity as per the instructions of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih, is that there should be no part on the earth where there is need that members of Humanity First cannot come and provide that aid.
Serve God's creation and show love towards them. This requires true selflessness and love for others. It requires that a person does not rest until he has solved the problems of others and takes the weight of their burdens onto his own shoulders. It requires that a person's heart is consumed by love for others, whereby he cares not for his own comfort, but rather he cares only for the comfort of others. It requires that a person is ever ready to personally absorb all forms of distress for the sake of others, to consider the pain of others as though it is his own pain. It requires that a person is ready to bear personal suffering or anxiety so that others can live in peace and contentment.
You can donate.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Guys, welcome back to the Humanity First UK Telethon 2019. And as you can see, the call centre is still going live, it's still going strong. They've been here for around 5 hours since 12 o'clock and they're still taking the calls. So we really appreciate your phone calls coming in and your donations. As you can see, everyone's here on phones, everyone's looking busy, everyone's looking lively, and it's going really, really well. So we really appreciate all the donations you guys are making. We're going to have a quick update, we're going to have a quick chat with one of the volunteers here, see how it's going. So Shamal, please tell us how has it been today?
So, I mean, it's been quite busy. A lot of the phones are ringing and we're getting loads of people calling in. And just as in, a lot of individuals call in, right, and they're giving us donations. And I think on the receiving end of the side is that we see so many people calling in, and the fact that so many people are giving us their money that they've earned, that they've saved for maybe other things, is very heartwarming to see that so many people have actually thought about, you know what, let me donate this money for a different cause to help other people. And it really puts a smile on our face, and it really keeps us going to, you know, stay as long as we can to try to accept as many calls and try to get so many people to, you know, take part in such a beautiful scheme and help those people who need it the most.
Excellent, that's amazing. So you've been here for about 5 hours. Are you feeling tired yet, or as you mentioned, you know, people calling in, does that give you the energy to keep going?
Yeah, like you just said, like as soon as people call in, it gives us a smile on our face, and we're happy, and then we're excited for the next caller. We just want the next caller to come in and come in and come in. It gives us that little bit of energy boost as well, and it's just amazing to see that so many people are, you know, thinking about those people who are less fortunate around the world.
Excellent. So Jazakallah, thank you for that, Shaman. Guys, as you can see, the call centre is still going strong. Your donations are much appreciated. If you do want to donate, you can go online at changealife.org.uk. As you can see, the update right now is 34,000, so we're close to, you know, about 35,000. So keep donating, keep reaching into your pockets and keep reaching into your heart. If you have it within you, please donate. Or you could also call us on 0208 417 0082. We're still here until 10 p.m. So keep, you know, check the website out. All the projects are there on the Humanity First website. But for now, we're going to head back to the ladies section where they're going to give us more of an update as to the programs that we have available. Jazakallah, thank you.
Okay.
Is the question the same?
Welcome back, everyone. So I'm going to continue with how this money can make a difference and impact people's lives. So I just want to come back to Aisha, and if you want to just tell us really how all the donations that we're getting in today are going to help, especially with your Gift of Sight programme.
Sure. Yeah, no, so only £25 allows us to test a child's vision and also give them glasses. So as I said, that's one of our big programmes. We want to go and screen children in all the schools in the countries that we're working in. With cataracts, £50 pays for cataract surgery for one person. Wow. So these are real life-changing interventions, really life-changing interventions. And we've screened 15,000, we've helped 15,000 people with visual impairment so far with the vision screening programs. And so this is what we're trying to raise money for.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, just getting their sight back, and such a simple operation as well. And I mean, £25, what's £25? It's nothing, isn't it? So there's amazing changes that can happen just with £25. So Sabiha, I'm going to come to you. So how is this money going to help?
Yeah, so we've touched on already there's various farming projects which are taking place. So in some low-income countries, you know, we're looking at providing seeds, you know, providing the tools that they might need, or educating, you know, around what those communities can do to improve their situation. In high-income countries, we have got food banks and pantries. So in various countries we've got different projects going on addressing the actual needs there. So your money today, people who are out there donating, we would love for you to be able to contribute to all of our projects. For food security in particular, £50 will make a massive difference to not just an individual family, but to a whole community. So if whatever you can donate today, this is a really fantastic opportunity. So we hope that you make the most of the opportunity that we've set up today. In terms of the Knowledge for Life projects that I've worked on personally, of improving the classroom, £100 improves not just one classroom, it improves the whole school environment. So it's the money makes a significant difference, and we've actually seen that in the works that we've done out there in Africa.
So everyone, you've heard how that money can help. I'm going to talk about Knowledge for Life as well. So please donate. Call up now. There's a link for you to click on as well. Make sure you please come. Every penny helps. So I want to come over now for Knowledge for Life and see how your money can make a difference.
Okay. Yeah. We have approximately, I'm just going to refer to my figures here, yes. 9 million girls aged between 6 and 11 will never go to school in sub-Saharan Africa. 9 million girls, and £100 can transform a classroom, £600 can build a school in a town, £300 in a village. That's not a lot of money to build a school, and that school will then provide access to education for these girls. So compared to 6 million boys, so that's an awful lot of children out of education that don't need to be out of education. Once a classroom is there, they will come. So the children will come and they will want to access that. So there are too many people in Africa who are not having access to education. The literacy rate is very low, and that then feeds into the other projects. The good thing about Humanity First is that every program is interlinked. Yeah. So if they don't have the basic needs of water for life, then therefore they don't have the food. Yeah. They then can't, if they don't have good sight, they cannot access education. And if orphans need everything, they need all of that. So every program is interlinked, and that's what's so amazing about Humanity First, in that we work together, so we can link up with each program. Yeah. And that's the beauty of it. So please, your donations really will make a huge difference.
Yeah. And you can see all of the programs at the bottom of your screens and how much the donations are and what difference that will make. So a little bit about orphan care as well. So another project that I'm looking into is looking for land and eventually building orphanages out there that Humanity First will be responsible for. So we have a lot of other charities that go out there, but we don't have one for Humanity First out there. And like you say, our programs do overlap. So we put our orphans into education as well. And these classrooms that I've been out there as well with Sabiha, and it's amazing what I've seen out there as well. And it's truly, truly inspiring. We've seen these children, they walk for miles, and they come to just bare 4 walls, barely a wall is there really, and how they learn we don't know, but the difference the classroom makes when it's painted with colourful images on it and these characters, and what you work with is also, Sabiha puts up the syllabus, so things related to their syllabus go up on the wall, so really, really colourful pictures, and that's amazing the difference it makes to their morale. As well, doesn't it?
It has a trickle effect. So it affects the sense of belonging to the actual school. It changes the perceptions of those who are teaching children as well, and that has a ripple effect on the actual community and the pride it takes in education. We all know that education is key to the future and to success. And the donations that that are being made today, it's not just about charity. It's a matter of justice. So it's really important that we do what we can in the time that we've got today, and also within ourselves in terms of the hours that we volunteer to make a difference to the world, the difference that we really want to see.
So tell me about a memorable time or any story you can relate that's really inspired you to continue this work that you do.
So my faith also teaches me to act with justice and to help others. When I've been out in African countries, and I've also been to the Middle East to work on classrooms as well. And what's always inspired me is the positivity, the kind of relentless kind of energy that children have to continue and persevere. And I think that they become role models, for us all. And I imagine you've also felt that way as well when you've been out there. That children, regardless of what they have or what little they have, they will still try to continue to make their lives better. And I think that for me is really inspirational. So it helps me to continue giving into the cause and supporting humanity first as well. And I hope to go out again, to be able to make a difference. And the money being donated today will make that difference.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have anything that stands out when you went to Ghana?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think for us, we were screening children in a school for the first time, and it had an impact, I think, just on the children, but also on the teachers and headmistress. We were able to find children who and actually give them glasses there and then. We were able to kind of actually check their vision and see the difference that makes for them. Because for a child, if they can't see, they don't know, because they have no experience with something else. So until you show them, they're going to think that's normal. And I think that's the big thing. So they're thinking that's normal. The teacher might feel that, oh, that child is just a slow learner, or they can't learn properly, or that they're not, intelligent enough. And so that has a real impact psychologically on the child. And then all of a sudden, they're given a pair of glasses and they can suddenly see. And that is changing for them in so many ways. I think it becomes very emotional when people, for the first time, I've had children say things like they can see the leaves in the tree for the first time. Yeah. And then to suddenly realise for them that their problems in their education were not down to, I'm not stupid. It's not me. It's because I couldn't see properly. So I think that's emotional both for the child and for the teacher, actually.
Thank you so much for sharing these really inspirational stories. So we hope you've been inspired. We're going to a break now, and please donate. Thank you.
You can donate in 1 minute. Click Donate Now in the top right-hand corner. You can choose to donate one-off or monthly. You can enter an amount. You can select an item, or do both. If you've donated before, you can sign in to fill in your details automatically. Select Gift Aid to give an extra 25% at no cost to you. Enter your name, email, and address. Check you've selected the items. If you're happy to hear from us, check the box and click Submit Donation. Enter a password if you want your details saved for later, and click Donate. That's it. Why not try it yourself? Donate now